Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be going over the maths problem of the week, and just like I've been saying for the past couple of weeks, I'm going to teach you new strategies to help remember mathematical facts. This week I'm going to focus on addition and subtraction, and more specifically how to do addition and subtraction in your head a little bit easier. A tool that I use to help do mental maths of addition and subtraction that little bit easier is using my partitioning axe. How does the partitioning axe work? Well, if you have any number that's 2 digits or more, you can split it up into parts, and those parts are a lot easier to work with than the whole number itself. In my example, I use the number 27. I use my partitioning axe, and that splits that into the number 20 and the number 7. Two much easier numbers to use in a sum. The sum in this example is 52 plus 27. So again, I've used my partitioning axe, I have the number 20 and the number 7. I take the number 7 and I add that onto 52 to get 59, and then I've still got this 20 left. So I take the 59, add on 20, and get 79. Now, I would normally do this all in my head. I've only shown you this working so you can see the steps that I am taking. Important things to note. It doesn't matter which order you do these sums in, as long as you use all the parts of the number. So in this case the number 27, make sure you've used the number 20 and you've used the number 7. Otherwise, you're not going to get to the correct answer. Now, using your partitioning axe, I would love you to do the following. In our mild problem, I only want you to worry about splitting the number up the same way that I have done with the number 27. In our medium problem, I would like you to use the partitioning axe to help get the answers to these 3 questions in your head. Now again, only split up one of the numbers, but use all the parts of that number. In our hot problem, I would like you to do the same, but this time with slightly more difficult numbers. And that's it. I will leave a close-up version of the problem so you can pause and work at your own pace. And I can't wait to see your answers in the comments below, because I'd like you to try and do all of these sums in your head. But in a moment, I will be back with the solutions. So you have paused, you have taken your time, and now you're ready to see the solutions to the level or levels of challenge that you've completed. Let's take a look at our mild problem, which all we were doing is using our partitioning axe and splitting the number up the same way I did with the number 27. So the first number I have here is the number 13. If we use our partitioning axe, that would split the number here, and we would see the number 10 and the number 3. Which is the answer to our first problem. The second part, I have the number 28. If we use our partitioning axe, we can split those numbers up into the number 20 and the number 8. And finally, the most difficult one of our mild problem, the number 114. Now, I know what you're thinking, you might only want to use your partitioning axe once, but when it's a number bigger than a 2-digit number, you need to use your partitioning axe between each of the numbers. So for this number, you'll need to use the partitioning axe twice to show the number 100, the number 10, and the number 4. And those are the solutions to our mild problem. Now, if you stick around for one wee second, I'll be back with our medium solution. Thank you very much, mild solution Grant. Here is your medium solution. So in our medium problem, we had to tackle 3 different sums, and we had to use our partitioning axe in order to get to the answer in our heads. I'll write some things down, but that's only so you can see what my brain was doing. So our first question was 12 plus 17. It doesn't really matter which number you split up, I went with the number 12. So I used my partitioning axe and split up the number 12. That gives me a 10 and a 2. So if I do 10 plus 17, that will give me 27, and if I do 27 plus 2, that will give me the number 29. The answer to our first question. In our second question, 23 plus 48. Again, I split up the first number, but you could split up either and you would get to the same answer. So I use my partitioning axe split the number 23 into the numbers 20 and 3. I did 48 plus 20, which is 68. Then I did 68 plus 3, which is 71, which is the answer to the second question in our medium problem. Now for the final question, I did a subtraction, and I didn't give you an example of how to use it. I wanted to see how your brain would go about it. For subtraction sums, you will always need to use the partitioning axe on the smaller number. If you did it on the bigger number, you wouldn't really be able to get anywhere. So, our partitioning axe, we're splitting up the number 56 into the number 50 and the number 6. We'll take the number 67, and then I did take away 50. So 67 take away 50 is 17. Then with the number 17, I did 17 take away 6 to get the number 11. The answer to the final question of our medium problem. And those are the solutions to the medium problem. I'll be back in a moment with our hot solutions. Thank you very much, Medium Solution Grant. Now let's take a look at our hot solutions. So, in our hot problems, we had much bigger numbers to deal with, but if we use our partitioning axe, the mental maths of it all is a little bit easier. So our first question, we have 74 plus 96. I used the partitioning axe on the first number, 74. So I have the number 70 and the number 4. I did 4 plus 96 because that gets me to a nice round number of 100. And then 100 plus 70 is 170. In our second question of 117 plus 281, again I split up the first number, but it doesn't matter which number you split up. As long as you use all the parts of that number, you will get to the same answer. Now, for 117, you need to use the partitioning axe twice. Once between our units and tens, and once between our tens and hundreds. That will give you a number of 100, 10, and 7 to work with. So 100 plus 281 is 381. 10 plus 381 is 391. And 7 plus 391 is 398, which is the answer to our second question. Now, in our final question, we did a subtraction. So a little bit more difficult, but we need to remember to split up the smaller number. Otherwise, we won't really get any help getting to the final answer. So I've split up the smaller number, so I have a 100, a 70, and an 8. So I did 333 take away 100 to get 233. I then have 233 take away 70 to get 163, and then I have 163 take away 8 to get 155. Another way to do our subtractions is you can split up both numbers, do the takeaways of each bit, and then add everything back together, but I think this way is much faster in our heads. How did you get on? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!